In this video, we'll be talking about the evolution of the planner. If you did not watch the previous video, do well to watch it for more context. And then after watching, you can come back to this one so that you understand better what we are talking about. So the evolution of the planner, I'll just start from when the idea came to my mind of, okay, Karen, this is the product that should come up. We come up with a planner because you have difficulties with planning, not just you, others, those around you have difficulties with planning or like really sticking to what they say they're going to do because they tend like we might tend to forget and all of that. I was like, okay, just come up with a planner, come up with a planner, let's see how this goes. But after having the idea, I now start back and I was like, okay, who is going to design this planner? That's not going to be me because I don't even know how to design. And for like, I don't know, should I say split second or something? I thought to myself that, okay, Karen, maybe you should like watch videos on how to design a planner and then go and design it because I don't know, there's always something I always just try to want to like handle everything, not really secure about giving somebody else something I want to do because you're just scared of how is this thing going to turn out. But after I was like, this girl, you will not come and kill yourself. You cannot learn everything and do everything alone because there's just a limit to what you can handle. So I now sat back and thought, okay, let me look for a designer. Let me look for somebody that is going to actually design this planner and make it to be something that is going to be beautiful for the eyes. And then I now thought back to a friend of mine that always designed my flyers. So I was like, okay, this guy designs flyers and posters. He might have an idea of how to design planners, or maybe even link me up to somebody who knows how to design planners. So I was like, okay, I just texted my friend. I think I still have a screenshot of that chat. I'll look for it. But it was like, was it the second or the sixth or something of August 2022? That's like I said in the last video, that's like 1 year, 2 months, because this will be ending September. And I was like, okay, please, do you know how to design flyers? And then he spoke about it. He was like, he really does not have like experience in designing flyers. But what is sure is that he can learn it and we work on it together. And the fact that I was not really in a hurry because I knew that it's not something I was going to learn like tomorrow. So I just told myself that okay, then I can definitely work with him. We're going to be like bringing together ideas as to how to design it. I went onto YouTube, searched for a few videos. I sent the videos to him, all of that, and that's how we started. We started now designing the pages, like the first, the surface, just having a scrap view of what's going to look like. I even still have my book. I'll look for it. I have a book where I actually drawn the way I wanted the pages to look inside. I hope I find that book because it's been a long time. But I have a book where I really drew like, okay, this is how this page should look, this is how this page should look. I was thinking about it, coming up with ideas and then drawing it. And that's what we started working on to be able to come up with a design of the pages. When we had the design for the first few pages, like the because we designed for the first month, and then I was like, okay, let me really print this out. Let me print it out and see how functional it's going to be because I don't just want to do something and then just put it out there. Let me forward. So when I printed out the first month and then I started using it personally. I mean, at that time the design was not even just the best. Like if you look at the design now and look at the design at the time that we just like the very first design that we made, there's a huge difference. And I'm even looking forward to evolving the designs with upcoming other planners. Then after doing that, I printed it out and then now we made it now for 12 months and then I wanted to print it out for like 12 months so I could use it for the period of 1 year before the actual planner gets released. And that is where we encountered our very first major problem. The problem was the fact that they could not print 12 months in one. I mean, at least the people I went to, and it was actually, no, it was really big. And I feel like because looking at the planner that we finally made with Chinese suppliers, which is story for another day, because before I got the suppliers, in the next video I'll talk about that. But looking at what they printed and what these Chinese people printed, you will see that I think that in Cameroon we don't have like different. I don't know if it's that they just do not have it, different sizes of pages, like the thickness of pages, because the book was big. It really could not be printed. 12 months could not be printed, and that was the first problem that I had, because I just really wanted the planner to have 12 months, so that it should just be like, this is your planner for the whole year, and this is what you're going to use, that's going to guide you throughout the year. But now eventually we had to split it into two and print 6 months, 6 months. I really didn't have a choice. I just had to do that because the planner was so big. I'm going to insert a video of how it was looking. So we had to split it. And now, because the problem is we had already put, I first of all do not want the planner to be a dated planner. When it's a dated planner and the day passes, you just feel like you're wasting pages inside your planner, you see. I don't want it to be a dated planner, but at least I put the months like from January to December. Now that we were splitting the planner into two, and we had to make it to be 6 months, 6 months, I could not put the months inside anymore. So the part where we had the months written out, I could not put it anymore. Reason being that the planner now, if you get January to, let's say if you get January to June today, and then now you want to get for maybe July to December, and it's only the January to June that is left. You say it's going to cause some kind of issues, because January to June planners might be left because people now want July to December. So it was just, we had to think. I had to think. My designer friend had to think like, okay, how can we do this? So finally, after her struggle, and I really did not want to do that, but we had to remove the months from there, just so we could just keep it as we wanted it to be, undated and without issues. Because if we still put in the months, even if it was 6 months, 6 months, it would have created a lot of wahala, which I was really trying to avoid. Reason why I even wanted to be undated in the first place. I'll be giving out free samples for the planning pages, 1 week of planning pages for anybody that is interested. So if you're interested, just click the link in the description box and we're going to arrange on how you can get it. I just want a few people to test it out, to actually have a feeling of using this planner through the few pages that you're going to receive, just so you know how it's going to feel when you'll be using it for a long period of time. So if you want to try this out, definitely get to me and we're going to arrange on how you can get it. Okay, after printing the first sample, which we had split into 6 months, 6 months, because initially my zeal to make it a Cameroon printed planner, that was like, I wanted it to be made here, made in Cameroon. I wanted the planners to be made here. But after printing the first one, my zeal just dropped to zero. I don't want to say negative, but I just dropped it because the presentation was not the best. It showed that we did not, like, initially we would not print with hard covers because the hard covers are expensive, and to print with hard covers, it just had to be when I was already making like in bulk. So the papers that they printed in was not really the issue, but just the way it was looking, and then it was too big. It was just looking somehow. Like if you look at the 6 months planner that I printed here and the 6 months planner that I printed in that the Chinese supplier printed, you see a huge difference. So after that, I was just like, okay, I'm sorry. I really wanted to do this in Cameroon, but I'm eventually just going to get it done elsewhere. I'm going to look for a Chinese supplier, and so that I'll be sure of the finishing and all of that. But I just could not finally do it here in Cameroon. So guys, that's how the planner evolved, design to design, 12 months to 6 months, changing things inside the planner because we now had to remove the months, like everything. I mean, we have come a long way to actually have what we have now. The planner we have now, we have really come a long way, and we're still looking to go further. But now, talking about the Chinese supplier, that's like a very long story, like I already said. So do well to tune into the next video to find out about how I even got a Chinese supplier in the first place, and how I got, in fact, everything about the supplier, how we have been working together, how we have been communicating, because they're Chinese people. Chinese people mean they speak the Chinese language.
我们今生有缘在路上。
So it's not easy. Just do well to tune into the next video to find out about how all of this was possible. Thank you for watching right to this point. See you guys in the next video.